You guys sitting around the table. Zar has just departed, and Leaf turns and looks at Bill, being the only person left who speaks Goblin. Says, "What happened?
Oh, his dad died.
He'll be all right."
I guess. You want to
What?
check on him?
All right.
I'll turn back to the bar and just keep drinking.
She goes upstairs. She finds your room and knocks on your door.
I will, after like 30 seconds, I will come to the door. Leaf.
I'm sorry about your father.
Thanks. It came as a little bit of a shock.
Do you want anything?
No, I think I'm okay. But thank you.
She departs.
Flash to the bar. I'm just eating nuts.
When you said eating nuts, my mind went somewhere completely
Is that
different.
his third helping?
It's my turn next.
I know it.
Should somebody go and check on him?
Oh, yeah, I just sent Leaf.
Probably wants to grieve in his own way.
How does he grieve?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were very close.
No, we knew each other in college, that was about it. And that was 60 odd years ago, 70 odd years ago. So, it's been a while.
Please comes downstairs.
He's dead.
Not yet.
Did you say is he dead?
Yeah.
She sits down at the bar with you guys. Orders a drink.
Yep.
I'll buy her a drink.
You guys all rest for the night and wake in the morning a little bit later because you spent some time, you arrived late and you spent some time doing your medicine checks and all that sort of stuff, cleaning guns. You wake in the morning and make your way down to the tavern area of the inn. There's a few people sitting around, the social sort of, just...
The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, people gossiping and all that kind of stuff. There's a few people like reading the newspapers for the day.
Did Zar come down?
Yeah.
I will see if there's a spare newspaper around or
Yeah.
pick it up. Is there any more news on Zar Senior?
You get one off the table. Someone's left there after they finish their breakfast. You see a news story on the front page. Inland Express crashes. All passengers and staff died aboard.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
No, not Steve!
Well, we gave him fair warning.
You read a bit. You read a bit further,
Yeah.
and it says that the sabotage on the bridge, the train fell, and nobody escaped.
No
Did it say
survivors.
anything about any suspects at this point?
No, it's really just talking about the bridge being sabotaged. There's some gossip about it being a business rivalry that perhaps some rival companies might have done it, but it's complete speculation. I will point out that it does say that everybody died on board the train, whereas you guys know that people were off the train.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah. And
I think we got that.
yeah, we had the three that we took with us.
And I was just thinking, do we know if they're local to Freywick?
No, they were travelling.
Do we know if they stayed here the night?
I feel like you guys.
We went our separate ways at the...
Yeah, I know that, but we did it at night time, so...
That's true.
But you didn't go out of your way to talk to them.
No, we didn't. I just want to warn them.
I think they were heading to Moran, so that would... Either way, they were heading there in the long run.
We told them.
Yeah,
that
we got
we got a GT,
Yeah.
so we've got a Delta.
How far are we away from the capital?
On a train, maybe a little over a day. Actually, no, less. I think you probably get there in a day by train.
Should we assume new identities before?
I don't think so.
Should the rest of us assume
right.
new
The next train to the capital?
There's usually one at midday, one in the afternoon.
What time is the afternoon, please?
Afternoon, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
I was just going to say, I should spend like 10 minutes while we're all at the bar doing the newspaper stuff, and I'm going to make another business card. But I'm going to attempt... I don't know, is it making a forgery? But I just want to put a fake name on it.
It's not a forgery, I mean...
No, I'm just making a
I can
business
make a
card.
forgery, watch.
It's literally your own thing. No, I'd say you can... I mean, you're making the other business card, so you can just write a different name. It's not-
I'm just going to... And I'll put on the back of it an address.
Okay.
And I'll put the address to back in... What was the first town? The Wizard Town?
Bretworth?
Ernest.
Ernest, and I put the address as
Wizard's
Wizard Tower,
Tower.
Ernest. Go
Wizard's
fuck with the
Tower.
wizard.
Great.
That won't come back to
What
bite
name are
me.
you putting on it?
What was it
Caledon
called?
Navarre.
Oh, you're putting your name on it.
Well, I figured I can't because I told him on the phone. There's no point doing a fake address with a fake name because he'd be like, "Who the fuck's this?" I don't
Well,
know.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? But
Caledon the Wizard of the Tower.
Caledon the Wizard sleep.
Caledon, Survivor of Stone, Navarre.
Oh, dear.
You did this to me.
You
Get ready.
failed the check, not me.
No, but I survived, so it's okay. And I'll leave that with the bartender
What's that in?
in case anyone's looking for us.
Very well. Caledon Navarre. Survivor of Stone.
He would have seen me last night.
Yeah.
Right?
I threw a rock at him once.
I flick a telegram projectile. A bottle just hits you in the back of the head.
Little bit too much
When
time
is
with.
the next train to Ernest?
2 hours?
We will ensure to be on that. Thank you so much.
Why would you tell him that? You. Wait.
Ernest.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We can't get to... You can't get to Ernest.
Oh, hang on, wait, no, sorry, the bridge is out. There won't be any trains to Ernest.
I guess we'll have to take a cart back then.
Across the ravine.
You'll have to head south and up Frimby. So
Certainly giving the impression that that's where we're going to go.
fair
Did
enough.
you
Just setting up a
want
bit of
to
a fake train.
do a bit of
Give us a
shopping?
deception check.
I'm really good at deception.
Oh, you can do the
Well,
roll.
you do a check, and then if you get a success, then you can give him a
Plus one, I think.
one.
Yeah, alright.
Such a stupid roll.
It's
Oh.
a weird rule.
I know.
What you get him?
I'll lean in and I'll try and be like ready to go to.
We're doing ourselves a
Frimby.
little pep talk.
Oh, are we? Alright.
DC 15 because he's not.
Oh, did I get a plus one?
Yeah, you linger competition for everyone.
Then 15. I rolled a 4.
Now you get a plus one.
So I get a +2 to this now.
Fucking hell. Basically a guarantee.
Look out.
That one.
That's a 15 plus
Nice.
10, 25.
Crit success.
This bitch thinks we're going there, and he doesn't care.
You guys are going there so hard.
Wearing
I'll
our,
make sure not to tell anyone for you.
wearing our I Heart Ernest t-shirts.
I'm gonna go over that with cock at some point.
Oh, that got me good for some reason.
I went to Ernest and all I got was this lovely t-shirt. No worries. Yes, you guys feel like you've pretty thoroughly deceived the bartender into thinking you're going east when you're actually going west. You do know he did say that there was a train at midday, a train at 6 o'clock, so
So 2 hours from now or 8 hours from now.
yes. It's roughly 10 o'clock because I figured you guys had a bit to sleep off.
Can't sleep off the sadness.
Oof.
Overnight, I will have written another letter and probably got up and posted it at some point this morning. So I don't know if it's going to get there any faster than we're going to get there.
You didn't know that before either.
But I do it anyway. Fuck it. This makes it more official.
If you're going to general store, I'll go and I just want to go to an armory as well. It might actually be better to do it here, because that way if they remember seeing the dagger, they'll remember seeing it here and then leaving, not in
Not
the
in
new
Miranda,
place.
yeah.
There'll be no mention of it in Miranda, so it might actually be better for
Good
us.
idea.
Do you need to interact with your general store scenario, or is it just general store?
I'm just getting the scrap. I just want to replace the scrap. I think it's still 2 silver.
No problems. You head to
1 silver.
an armory. of some
Preferably a semi-specialist one, because I want to get a slightly uncommon sword as well.
sort. You need a sword.
Yeah.
I do an investigation check. See what you find.
Oh, investigation isn't a thing, but perception.
Perception. I know what he meant. Alright.
Perception doesn't.
Give myself a
No,
back
it makes no
door.
sense,
I
does it?
don't like it.
That's a 17.
All right. You find a little bit of a fancy shop with fancy storefront. It's got some daggers and swords and basically bladed weapons on display. It looks like it's a little bit of a for the style kind of place. Wilner's Arms. You walk in and see a gnome with a large grey beard, crown of power.
You meant a real crowd for a second.
No, the,
Yeah, I know what you
Oh,
meant. Yeah,
oh.
it took me. I was like, oh, is it a crowd? Oh, right, okay, I'm with you.
Got a mullet.
Nash is mine.
and a mullet in the back.
The best hairstyle possible.
it is the hairstyle of the artisan. He has a big certificate on the wall that says, basically part of the something guild. What would it be? Artisans guild.
Yeah.
Sure. Greetings. What can I do for you?
Good afternoon.
It is a good afternoon.
What's actually
Well,
morning?
it's
isn't
10
it?
in the morning, but
Sorry.
yeah.
I didn't want to embarrass your mistake. I wasn't going to point it out.
After a couple of items. The first one's probably a bit easier, but I'm after an elven blade. Curved elven blade.
You get a gnomish curve
Yeah,
blade.
but 1 times 3 now.
No change of name. And I'll ask him if he would like to buy my longsword.
So he'll give you 3 silver for it.
Yeah. Like it.
Is it in good condition?
Yeah, it's in perfect condition. Also, do you have any sheaths for daggers? Without the daggers. Just in a nice sheath.
Oh, yeah.
Like a good man.
He pulls out some, he pulls a drawer out from the thing and lifts it up and puts it on the counter, and it's got jewel encrusted scabbards.
Something a bit plainer, not quite as conspicuous, if that's alright. Just a nice leather sheath is all I'm after.
You hear a voice in your head. What's this about a plane?
Well, I'm assuming you want to get...
These look fantastic.
I'll just say, wait, can I... I'll try and respond in my head. I'll just be like, 1 second to the gnome. And I'll try and respond just by thinking. Does he hear me?
Yeah, but it's not as quick. Like, it's a slower process.
That's okay, yeah. I'll just say in my head, but I figured we should keep you a bit more inconspicuous. It's still going to be a lovely sheath, but like...
You can hide me under your jacket.
Oh, but what if someone pats me down and they find you and then they take you and then you don't get to your destination? I'm just thinking forward here. We've got to get you into the right hands of the right people, and I don't want someone taking them off me.
Roll a diplomacy check.
Oh, do I still get the plus
No.
2 from the dagger? I do, because I'm wielding him.
I said last session that when you're trying to persuade him, you don't get
Oh,
it.
damn, that's alright. It's only a plus 8. 14.
I'll tell you what, you're a very difficult lad.
I have been told that before.
I accept this until we get to Mirand.
Deal. And then
Although you will be handing me over at that point, so I guess it won't matter.
I'll keep the sheath.
No, I
He's
can't,
just like, here you go.
I can't be naked.
You are now!
It's very uncomfortable.
Alright, after all this time of me like throwing my hands up in the air and gesticulating wildly, I turn back to the gnome. Just this lovely, and I'll just pick a really nice, high quality leather sheath.
Okay, 3 silver.
Cool. Ah, fuck it, I shouldn't have added the silver back from selling the sword.
Just does a trade. Alright.
Cool, perfect. Thank you very much, my good man. Sorry, I didn't catch your name, Sir Gnome. You said Wilmer's Arms. I'm assuming he's Wilmer. But
Yes.
I didn't want to be presumptuous.
Was it Wilma? Is that what I said?
Wilmer's Arms is what I've written.
Wilbur.
It doesn't really matter. It was
Okay.
whatever you wrote.
Okay, I'll say thank you, Wilmer, and I'll shake the gnome's
I
hand.
don't think it was Wilma.
I thought it was Wilmer's Arms.
Wilna.
Well, Wilner. Oh, yeah.
Wilner.
We will never come here again.
I know, but he
Has
wanted to
no
know.
bearing.
It's called immersive world
Yeah, no, I
building.
feel like I'm
You
there.
could start sending him letters.
Yeah.
I draw the element. Thank you, Wilmer, and I'll take my leave, and we'll go to the train station, I assume, unless anyone else.
Let's move this along. You guys arrive at the train station. You've done your shopping, gotten what you needed to get. You can get tickets for 2 gold pieces on the train. A bit cheaper than the last time because you're not travelling quite as far.
Each.
Alright, you guys make your way onto the train. Before long, they check your tickets as you get on. They accept Leaf as a child, although you do get a bit of a look. And the train departs. You travel all the way to Mirand unmolested, and you see Mirand off in the distance, surrounded by mountains at the water's edge.
Was it just a day trip?
You arrive late at night.
Okay.
The city stretches for miles around. Clouds of smoke and steam fill the air. The roads are muddy and bustling with activity, filled with many horse-drawn carriages. Down the hill towards the docks, you see a large industrial area, particularly dense with smoke. Further uphill is a large palace, and you see a statue standing no less than 200 feet tall.
Oh my god.
Grey stone veiled with a thin coat of green moss. In truth, you actually wouldn't see this at night, but in the morning you'll see this. The statue is of a wizard holding out a hand which hangs over the city. Those of you who've been here before, which I think is all of you at some point, would know that is Urin the Toll, first king of Aldor, whose descendants still sit on the throne. Current king is Oberil the Tower, who is nearly 8 feet tall.
Jeez.
Wow.
They're humans.
What was the second name, sorry?
Giant blood.
Oberil.
Oberil.
Oberil. Or however.
The
tower.
Thank you.
The train pulls into the station. You're all directed to the exits and are able to head out in the city. It is late at night, and it is up to all of you what you do first. Basically, your entire day was spent on the train, pretty much.
Would I have a house here?
Your mother has a house here, or your parents?
Parent.
Well, I was trying to be nice.
Suck that, Batman. Mr. Nego, would you like... Is there anything particular you wish to do first, considering your current situation?
I'll need to see my father's person, and I should visit my mother.
You want to do that tonight, or?
Oh, it's too late.
To the tavern then.
All right.
I'll push.
I think a drink is in order.
I'll just push you towards the tavern.
Yeah.
There are a few taverns to choose from. The Cart and Horses, the Green Crown, the Friendly Giant, the White Dove, the Tiny Kraken, the Old Friend, the Broken Ladder, the Leftover Pudding, and the Ruby Flute.
I would
Tiny
not,
Kraken.
would not mind to go to the Broken Ladder at some point.
Let's go now if you've got a specific one you want to go to.
My favourite is the Kraken, but sure, we can go to some ladders. But I didn't want to go there any particular reason. I'd like to make.
We'll go there tomorrow night.
You guys head to the Broken Ladder. You see a sort of old-timey style, well, not old-timey, current-timey.
You go
Don't
to
leave
a
that
tavern.
Fucking hell.
Well, not old timey, timey.
Timey.
I'm really bad.
This episode's called Timey.
So it's a large building, bigger than a car.
Not quite as big as a
How
train.
many cars stacked up onto?
About 4 buses worth.
No, it's actually quite large. It's the buildings are connected, so like it's actually quite tall. So it's like 4 stories, but it seems like the bottom level is like a tavern and all that, and then you don't really like you assume it's rooms up above that. But it's decently large, but not like fancy. It's nice. It's not upper class.
Okay.
You make your way in. There's a fire burning, and it's quite cozy. It's got that sort of orange, sort of comfortable atmosphere sort of thing going on. Dark wood walls. Evening, gentlemen. What can I get for you?
I think the drinks are in order, so...
2 copper each.
Why does everything cost so much?
Can you change
I'll buy the first round.
Oh,
So 1 silver. Gentlemen, would you like to grab a table? I will bring them over. Monsieur, I am looking for a custodian of yours, Mr. Pierre.
Oh,
I am his nephew.
he did mention. Gives you directions, the room number,
Cool.
that sort of thing. So you,
Is he here at the moment?
I believe so.
Thank you so much. Take the drinks back. Pass them around
Cheers.
to Zasu Senior.
Indeed.
To my father.
To that guy.
I will attempt to down my drink in 1 shot.
Ooh,
While we're...
spicy.
I need to roll for that.
I don't know.
You can do Constitution.
Is it funny?
Oh,
Oh,
fucking
Christ.
26.
I was going to say DC 13.
What a man.
40.
Great
I
success.
crit success. So like,
You grab mine halfway through and take mine.
That's right, you said just make your way around.
Waterfall them all into you.
once
Like an absolute champion.
as soon as I finish mine, I'll get up to get another round.
Bill.
You
I'm saying this quietly, but not so much that you couldn't hear.
I was about to say, because I was going to talk to the sword for a second, so I'm distracted.
Oh,
so
okay.
if you wanted to have a private, just pretend that I can't. I'm doing something.
You just need to go.
As
I'm just like distracted.
As you know, I am here to see my uncle. He is currently upstairs.
Oh, he's here.
Yes.
You want to see him alone?
I don't know.
Maybe I could. Maybe I could go.
Yeah,
I'm still-
I'm just not. I'm more wary of Zaz's emotional state.
Well, I mean, I'm still in your employ, technically, so if you want to go sing, we could split off.
Well, we could go up and get a room. We could
So,
pretty much be saying if I duck away
yeah.
or if I disappear, that's probably where I'm going.
Okay.
You can get a room for 2 for 4 silver. Like private room. There are no cheaper options here.
Could we request a specific room?
If you would like. You could probably find other places that might be a bit more cheap I mean, you're in a big city, so generally
Yeah.
people start to jack up the prices. You want to talk to the data?
Yeah, I was just going to, in my head, still. So there was so you were involved in a murder. Is that correct?
I wouldn't say I was involved. I was more of a witness.
Oh, okay. And I don't suppose it's got anything to do. Do you know anything about the assassination of the police chief here?
No, well, only what you know.
Oh, okay. So I was just wondering, you don't know if it's connected in any way at all.
I'm
You wouldn't have
on
any.
opposite ends of the continent.
Yeah, no, but you're a cool magic dagger.
I am.
Yeah. Just appealing to your sense of self-righteousness. I didn't
Thank
say
you.
that. Okay, I was just wondering that maybe, I don't know, you might have connections. I don't really know how the magic in you works, to be perfectly honest, is it? And how long you've been around, but, I was just curious.
200. Since before the upheaval.
Oh, wow, really? Before the upheaval?
I'm at least 500 years old, but it's sometimes hard to keep track of time when you're a dagger.
His wristwatches just keep slipping off.
You know, if you could get me one.
You know what? Me and you, we're going to see the world now. Oh, that's fantastic. I'd love to pick your brain about some stories you might have.
Well, I'm quite tired.
Oh, you're a dagger. But I can understand, it must be very taxing. There's not many carbohydrates going into you to produce energy. It makes sense.
Some things are mentally taxing, you know.
That's fair.
I feel exhausted.
Maybe if you ever feel like it, I'd love to go hear some of the stories you've got to tell.
Well, I appreciate your interest. Perhaps we'll talk again after I've testified.
You gotta testify!
You did it again.
I don't perform on command. I'll trade you.
He has only had the one beer, right?
All you're seeing is me doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
I'd really like to talk to you about that.
So he's talking in his head. It's much slower.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
sort of...
but I'm still gesticulating like crazy. So.
That's the condition I would put on that, so that like in a fast-paced situation you couldn't do it. He knows the city, and he gives you directions to where to take him to the Royal Court of Justice to see Grand Justicar Omid. And he says that I'm sure there will be a reward for...
Oh, my reward is your company, good
No
sir.
reward then, okay.
Did we hear that?
No.
Did I hear the mouth?
You mean just
I can
throw
hear
your
it.
hands up in the air.
I can lip read reward. Not much else.
You can ask me about it if you want, but I
Uh,
wouldn't have been looking for a reward. If there is one, fantastic, but I would have thought about that.
So I've just sat down. What is he doing?
I believe he's talking to the weapon.
I am, yes.
Maybe you could be a little less
Oh,
Listen.
my dear boy.
of this.
Unfortunately, that's not something I could do.
When
When you're a performer, it's all or nothing. As I'm sure you understand with
Can
your
we not?
private ingest.
Gentlemen, I must admit there was an alternative
It's hard to say in common.
Yeah, it is.
Motive.
Ulterior.
Thank you. Jesus
I
Christ.
thought you were trying to get the accent right.
Yeah, no, there was an
Like
alternative
alternative
motive to come to this tavern. My uncle is upstairs.
Oh, fantastic.
I am more than happy for everyone. He said he may have a small job for me. He may also have information. He rubs
Bring him.
elbows with some nice people on occasion.
Bring him down. He sounds fantastic.
Whether he's willing to come down, I will go up and check.
Is Bill going with you?
It's completely up to Bill.
I
I
will.
have zero issue if he does.
I'll definitely come.
Okay.
In bodyguard capacity.
Grundle and Bill head upstairs, following the directions they were given by the bartender to Pierre's room. Knock on the door. Door opens. What?
Uncle, I have come from your summoning letter.
You brought a friend.
This is my companion. This is my hired help, Bill.
Mr. Pierre.
I don't judge. Come in.
We are French. Mon nom c'est toi.
Now I'm going to try and do a French
I was
accent.
thinking it, but I wasn't going to say it.
Calls you guys in.
Yeah.
Shuts the door.
How are you, Uncle?
And well, we have business to deal with. Perhaps get out of the way.
But of course, of course.
Takes you guys in. It's a nice, cozy apartment. Very comfortable looking furniture and all that sort of stuff. Some nice artwork. A couple of statues. You know, all
The stuff.
all the gaudy crap.
Yeah.
You guys sit
Yeah.
down on a comfortable couch.
Yeah,
He sits opposite of you in an armchair. Your father has been making large investments, and
Yes.
in Morand
So far away.
there is a steelworks down by the docks. I wish for you to cause trouble on purpose.
But you got the right crew.
Your father Gerard has entered into a business arrangement with Theodore Price, who owns the steel mill.
Can I ask, as this interference with the steel works, will this just interrupt my father's business, or will this also assist yourself?
I have made some large investments in a competitor, and if you were to cause some trouble, I would profit greatly.
Just so I'm sure this is a private room. I just need to confirm when we say cause some trouble.
How far do you want us to
How
go?
far can we go?
Disrupt the factory, delay production.
Shut that shit down?
Couldn't have said it better myself. he basically tells you that he has invested in the competitor, so the more trouble you cause,
Fair.
the better it is for him. He will pay you 500 silver for your trouble.
Thank you.
So 50 gold.
Thank you so much. You understand I'm obviously in need of the work, so...
If you need help, the Fig Fangs owe me a favor.
Who are the Fig Fangs?
A group of goblins in the city. You can find them down by the docks.
Mm-hmm.
You won't have much trouble finding them.
Do we need a letter from yourself, or tell them you sent us?
He gives you a small sort of a thing that bears his crest, like a cufflink kind of thing
cool.
or something like that. He tells you to look for well-dressed goblins. Basically, if you need help, you can go to them. He says if you don't, you could call in the favour for something else at another time.
No, it's okay. Anything, anything that I can do to disrupt my father's business.
We will both benefit from this.
I do have another question. The death of the chief of police, Mr. Zar. Do you have much information?
He tells you that he's heard rumours about a new kingpin in the city, and that Zar was... This is all like not public knowledge.
Yeah.
He tells you that Zar was looking into it himself because he believed there to be corruption in the police force. So Pierre has quite a lot of back channels.
Correct.
And but he also tells you that he doesn't know who this person is.
Of course. Is he sensitized to a particular district?
No, I'd say that.
So,
Although,
just the city in general.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's the sort of information that's been sort of getting around the people in the know.
Uncle, thank you so much for this. Perhaps cheese and bread and laughing?
Very well. He brings out the snails.
The fuck is that?
Didn't we kill
Try,
one
do you
of
like?
those?
Oh, hell no.
Shell, you must eat the shell. It's the
Alright,
best
so
Yeah, no.
part.
probably
I boiled them.
5-10 minutes of small talk and then we'll excuse ourselves.
Before we do, did he know about the bank job that you pulled? Was he instrumental? Like, was he a part of that?
Yeah, he would have. Except, so when we did, after we did that, he reached out to me and said, pretty much, I've got a couple of things. If because you're still family, if you want to come to Morand and come and, did I say that right? Yeah, I did. If come and see me, I might have a couple of jobs for you, and that may help you get back at your father.
I'll ask the DM. I don't know if you know this. Have you heard anything about the Marsh gang?
I could send out some feelers.
I just want to know if they're still
We
around.
have not heard since we escaped.
No.
They're not operating here. That's all I know.
Thank you, Mr. Pierre.
Okay.
What are you?
and together.
And they're both.
You're
boys.
familiar with the French kiss, right?
French kiss. Head downstairs, immediately tell you verbatim what he said
Oh, about the...
about the kingpin, not about the job.
So do you say about the corruption in the police force and everything?
Yeah, we're going into that.
I
As I said, my uncle, he is not the most lawful of men, but he knows his information is true.
Who is your uncle?
Just keep in mind that you're saying this dagger that we're going to hand to the police can hear.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Just like, you haven't said any names, so I don't even know.
Yeah.
But just I get the feeling James knows that.
Yeah.
So I'll remind you at the
At the
table.
same time, like, did they care that much?
Well, he's going to testify about a crime, but he said,
Oh, that's true. We actually still don't know what the
We don't
fucking
actually
crime
know which crime it
he
is.
said it wasn't involved with your dad, but I don't know.
No, so it was an assassination over to the east in the elf capital.
Yeah, but still.
This is a completely different assassination.
It was.
So going to there is apparently a new kingpin in town. Your father was investigating on his own, and then the next moment he turns up, unfortunately, unalived.
I see. We don't know who this kingpin might be.
He did not know, probably because of his only recent uprising. However, if he truly is this powerful to take out the chief of police, I can only imagine it shouldn't be too hard for us to track him down.
I had suspected for some time corruption within the police force.
You used to work with the police? With your father?
Many, many years ago. Did I tell you about my time in the force?
No.
Maybe not.
Of course, tonight is for drinking.
That's right.
I'll go
Drinks.
around.
Now, if you're running low on cash, I have another job.
I'm not, but tell me.
I've got a trust fund back east.
What the fuck was that?
Do that voice.
Wish that had been deliberate. How much is the drinks? A gold each? Is that what we got?
about a goldage.
The drinks.
The drinks.
Coppers.
Oh, no, sorry,
one
copper.
silver for 5.
1 silver fine.
Yeah.
2 coppers each.
Yes, that's right.
Gold.
I'll just quickly ask the
Oh,
dagger
no.
before you ask
Yeah,
that question,
sure.
just so I know. As I'm going to the bar to get more drinks, I'll say to the dagger, "Oh, do you still feel confident being handed over to the police, considering to the Grand Justicar, considering the corruption allegations?"
I will not be handed over to the police. I will be handed over to the Grand Justicar.
Oh yes, but are they different?
Yes.
Okay, so outside of this conversation, so I would know the difference between them.
Yeah.
Like a judge versus
Yeah.
Okay, so they're the judge. Okay, so they're all right. Well, I mean, if the chief of police was in trouble, who knows how far the corruption goes? Obviously, if that's where you want to end up, that's your choice. But I figured I'd ask.
He does tell you that he's had dealings with the Grand Justicar in the past. He does trust him.
Okay, fair enough.
200 years ago.
Just wanted to make
Maybe. They are an elf.
just wanted to make sure that that's where you were. You had all the information. But maybe in the morning we'll head straight there.
Sounds good.
How's Leaf going?
She's kind of just chilling.
Has she finished her drink yet?
Yeah. She's finished her first drink.
Cool.
Just. It takes her a while.
Slide over a second
It's a
drink.
lot bigger than her.
Well, yeah, I imagine it's like
It's
this.
like as big as her head.
As I get back to the table with them, I'll say, "You mentioned something about another job."
Yes, this one is perhaps a little bit more on the other side of the law.
It's not illegal, is it?
Well, it depends how we go about it. The end result is what counts. How we get there is how we get there.
I see.
There is a steelworks at the docks that needs to be taken out of. Ooh, I don't want to say like a mission. We need to disrupt the operations of this business for a small time.
Are they doing anything illegal?
Yes.
Really?
They have taken funds from a very bad, not from an orphanage. Yeah, I don't know.
Roll that deception. I want to see.
What's your deception?
It's pretty great.
Yeah, okay.
23.
I'd say that you are suspicious of it, but at the same time, like, you're not outright to take. Like,
okay.
you don't necessarily think he's lying, but I'd say that, like, with your
Not
role,
necessarily telling the whole truth either.
yeah, that kind of thing, like a lie of
Was
mission
it the orphanage?
is what is your. But then no, that's what you think.
Okay. Well, I mean, they should be shut down if they're pursuing illegal activities.
This is the plan. Apparently, we can get some help from a group of in-town goblins.
Goblins?
Called the Fig Fangs.
The Fig Fangs.
Is that what I said?
Yep.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, Fig Fangs.
Do you think we'll need their assistance?
Until we go and scout it, have a look.
Just to put it out there, this dagger was asking you to go to this place. We know that they got rid of the other people from that train.
Yeah.
You think you could be walking into a trap?
Yeah, look, son, I imagine that the reason the dagger was on that train was they were stealing him, and that was a diversion to
Over
kill
to
all those
Leaf.
people.
Why does he talk like that?
Yep.
So I imagine that it was
Don't
part of
understand
it.
Okay.
I mean, the
Okay.
dagger told me that he wanted to go there.
I mean, if that's the way you feel, that's fine.
I mean, I don't feel that way. I'm just.
Keep both of your wits about you.
Yeah, I did ask him how he feels about going in with all the police corruption and shit, but he said he knew the Grand Justicar from the past. So,
I don't worry about him. I'm just worried you might be walking into something.
oh look.
I mean, if you die, you die. But you know,
Are we
I'm
not?
assuming we're all going.
Are we not all going? I don't intend to send him in there on his own.
I do hope you're all coming with me. This is the way I get around not knowing a voice. Sorry.
I mean, is that? I don't know.
We keep our head down.
Is that,
What would you need to worry about,
is
boys?
that a problem for you, gentlemen?
I guess the whole train heist and such.
I'm just worried about this
Well,
situation.
It wasn't really. I mean, we did nothing wrong.
Ah, yes, but they did kill all those folks.
Well, they were trying to kill us first.
No,
No,
as in whoever went to the train station after us. They
Yeah.
killed all those people that were left
Oh,
behind.
sorry.
I think that's what they're alluding to.
Oh, I thought you
but
had
how
shit.
persistent is your little friend in getting there?
Oh, the dagger.
Fucking hell. Little friend, how does he know?
It's obvious.
It gets bigger.
See, it's very important to him that we get there as soon as possible.
I see.
During business hours. And I mean, I did agree when I.
In other words,
with him.
if we take a detour before going there, you're just going to be an annoying prick. Or?
Yeah, probably, but I mean, I guess it depends how pressing it is to get to where you want to go first.
I'm
There's not a massive rush on that.
Grundle's super keen to help Zara out at the moment.
Cutting word. Do you mind if we take a quick detour in the morning to see Zar's parents? Will you be alright for a couple of hours before we get there?
That's alright, I can wait.
Ah, excellent. He's happy to wait. He's a good lad, actually. Although he is like 500 years old, so he's
Does
probably not a lad.
your dagger have a name?
Yes, the cutting word.
Does he have a real name?
I think the title is a real name.
Well, that's very fine with him. Thank him for me.
Ah, he can hear you.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you.
I can hear you.
He nodded. I don't know how I know that.
And at some point, like when there's a bit of quiet, I will relay the poignant points of all of this to Leaf, so that she's not completely left out of what's going on.
Yeah, she's happy to escort you to the Grand Justicar and make sure you're safe. Other than that, right now she's kind of just, I mean, she doesn't really have a lot of a goal.
That was something I was going to ask. Leaf, is this what you imagined for yourself?
I lived in a cave.
Are you?
I lived in Gadebrook, mate.
Are you happy to keep? We just assume that you're going to come along, and I don't want to make presumptions of you and what you might want to do.
I was going to stay in the city. Maybe find some of my people.
Well, I understand we're going to meet some goblins tomorrow.
We'll see.
Okay.
Some of them are bad.
How do you know?
Well, goblins. You know,
That's racist. You can't say that.
it's my race, I'm allowed to say it. And it's true. Some humans are bad too.
This is very
elves.
true. Very true. Well, here's your third drink.
Just like drank a quarter of
Yeah.
the second one. She sort of looks at it like, ugh. She's actually probably looking a bit drunk at this point. You guys rest for the
we chill,
night. Wake in the morning.
Monsieur, do you still have the contacts in the police force?
Contacts.
Will it be difficult to see your father's body?
I don't imagine so, since I am family, but it is possible.
So you make your way to the police station. It's a decent sized building, but nothing fancy. You make your way in, and you are greeted by Captain Wood, who recognises you. Oh, you're here to see your father, I assume.
Captain. Yes,
It's been a hard time for us all, I'm sure.
I can understand. Was he close with my father? Just sort of knew him by name.
Just in the force. This guy, you've seen this guy before, so he recognised you. I can take you to see him.
Thank you.
You head out the back of the building, and there is a small morgue, and his body is on a slab, like sort of in a container filled with ice. They slide him out. It's kind of that typical morgue drawer thing. He's all pale, expressionless. There's a cut in the back of his neck. Looks like he was attacked from above by a sword. Looks like a sword-sized object. Probably went like right down his spine.
As if someone was.
Bill, have you seen this before?
I'm wearing my...
In the cop station?
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
I pulled up the bandolier not the bandolier. What do you call it? Bandana. Yeah. That I normally
I don't
wear
know,
over
man.
there.
I feel like that's a bit sus.
It's just how
This
I
is
get
a
around,
robbery.
you know?
You could always
Doesn't
choose
stick
not
'em.
to come in.
Did they let us keep all our weapons?
See, I feel like
See, that's a question.
in my mind it was kind of just.
It was implied that like
Oh,
these
wait,
are my
maybe we
friends.
are
We're waiting outside.
Yeah,
We're
well,
waiting
I'm
outside.
happy.
Well, no,
Way
I was
outside.
thinking more like it was like because they're my friends,
Yeah.
it's implied that they're relatively trustworthy.
This guy's covering his face.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
he's got fucking
I like how he
irons
didn't tell us that
everywhere.
until we were inside.
I was
Yeah,
going on. I didn't want to interrupt again.
I did. We didn't really touch on it, but I kind of feel like that they'd be asked to stay outside,
These two.
given that one of
Everyone.
them has a fucking bandana over his face. The
Happy
goblin can come with you.
Okay, I'll take that.
Not the elegant one.
She's less. No, probably you would
I was
be.
gonna say,
allowed.
if you're gonna say less imposing, I'm your man.
I'd say Kaladin and Leaf would be allowed in with you.
Not these two.
Hey,
fucks, though.
Grundle's like well dressed and
He's got
stuff
like
though.
bruised up knuckles.
Yeah, but he's smartly dressed, you know.
Okay, still got blood and semen on there.
I was
Dry
trying.
semen.
I was trying not to exclude
Whenever
you.
no,
on that.
I know,
whenever you go to the
that's cool,
morgue,
that's
you can bring it's like you plus 2, and those are the 2 that I picked.
Look, I'm not going into a police station.
Did a second ago, but okay.
Yeah, guns
You walk
out,
in there, no,
balaclava
fuck
on.
this. You walk back out again.
I
So
recognise you better with the balaclava.
back to the body.
Yep. They do tell you that it seemed that somebody leaped from above and stabbed down into his torso.
How
Like,
wide is
through
the
neck.
incision?
Like broadsword size, maybe. Probably not quite. Inch and a half,
Okay.
How tall is your father?
actually. He's an elf, so he'd probably be reasonably tall.
Yeah.
6 foot.
About 6 foot.
Yeah,
I'd say.
yeah, like 6'1".
Yeah. I will check him over for anything else, like any other like signs of struggle, any other like injury or damage.
Looks like it was a single attack, like a single hit kill. It looks like it was done by a professional.
I will also check him to see if he has the item that I was looking
No,
for.
he don't. There's something missing. He has his other. They put onto the side, so like
All these personal belongings.
yeah, but that thing you want is not there.
Okay. I will take Captain Wood aside and I'll say, was there anything else on his person? He had a family heirloom that I wish to recover.
Everything's here. If anything's missing, whoever did this must have taken it.
Can I make an insight
Yeah,
Sense motive.
sense motive?
he's uneasy about something. Clearly not telling you something, but you don't.
Nothing
That
else.
in particular, asking about the heirloom, didn't seem to trigger anything. But
But
just
he does seem uneasy about something else.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that he's probably not telling me everything, given that the police generally don't tell families, especially, the whole truth.
Yeah.
Um,
And there's still an ongoing investigation.
Exactly. Have you any leads?
Tells you that he's not personally dealing with the situation, and he unfortunately cannot tell you anything.
Could you tell me who is spearheading the investigation?
I cannot.
Red tape.
Does that sound like a red tape thing, or is he just doesn't want to tell me for other reasons? I could probably see it
Probably
go either
more
way.
red tape,
Either way. Okay.
I would say.
I understand. Well, thank you for your time. I shall make arrangements for him.
And he tells you that the funeral is being arranged by your mother for in a few days' time.
I see. I shall speak to her presently. Thank you, Captain. And I will.
You out. As you are exiting, someone approaches you at the door, like as you walk out.
Yep.
An old man, a human that you recognise.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, it's me, Ted.
Oh, I do know you.
I know I look a bit different.
I've not seen you for some time.
Been over 30 years.
Yes. What are you doing here?
I have to get away from that. He sort of drags you away from
Yeah,
that
yeah.
way. Look, your father was working on something.
He was investigating a new mafia or similar.
How'd you find out?
Oh, I have ways.
He'd been following some leads, keeping it to himself from police corruption. I offered to help him, but he insisted I enjoy my retirement. Look, I know where he was heading, where he never got to head. He was heading down to the steelworks, or he was planning to. He said he had an informant down there. Who works No, I don't know who it is. But he has an informant that works at the steelworks.
I'd planned to happen across the steelworks this afternoon on an unrelated business.
That's a crazy coincidence.
You sound incredulous. I see. So perhaps I could find this informant and find out what he knows.
If they haven't been exposed. Somebody knew what was going on.
Do you believe there's corruption within the ranks?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, that's why I pulled you aside. They won't tell you anything.
Do you think these guys are in on it?
I don't know who it is. They either don't know anything or they're corrupt. It's one or the other.
How do you propose I find out who to trust?
Don't trust the cops.
Been saying this for years.
Good life advice. Thank you, Ted. Where can I contact you should I need your services?
It gives you an address.
Okay.
So we'll just say that you know where he lives. It's
Okay.
in a sort of middle class district.
I will say, well, keep yourself safe. If they can get to my father, they can get to anybody.
Well, hopefully I'm out of it enough and not worth the assassin's fee.
Very well. Thank you, Ted.
Makes his way off.
And I'll rejoin the group.
How are things going?
He had some information.
Your dad?
Is he a gentleman or?
That was an associate of my father's. He's trustworthy. He said that there's an informant at the steelworks where we were planning to frequent this afternoon.
See, this backs up what we were saying.
Exactly.
The orphanage and the...
Yeah, those baby killers.
Now we have a problem. If we disable the steelworks
Two birds.
in the way that you...
Not necessarily.
I would like to speak to this gentleman first. Unfortunately, I do not know who he is.
Maybe the goblin companions maybe are to help with this.
Quite possibly.
I mean, we can shake people down if you want.
How many people?
It's
do
easy
you
just to
think
hit them.
I know, right? You're really good at that
Second.
too. You know.
I'm pretty good at talking to folks.
The only
Call it Plan
issue
B.
is that we have no idea who this gentleman is, what he looks like. We only know that he
What
is at the
kind of information was he informing on?
What was he informing on?
Well, Zar was looking into trying to find the identity of the new kingpin.
Kingpin, yeah.
So presumably it was a lead onto that.
I don't.
If he has association with the kingpin, then
Do you look anything like your dad?
I imagine so.
Like, people would see the resemblance.
I mean, if someone was,
but not mistake them.
No, you wouldn't mistake them, but you would definitely see the family resemblance.
I mean, if this guy's been dealing with your dad and you walk in an official capacity, they may come forward.
Possibly.
I mean, we are heading to the Grand Justicar. We do have a bit of an in with him. I could always ask while we're there.
Well, that was my other thought.
If we're going there, then to the warehouse.
This is the next stop, yes?
Maybe we just, I could ask him if he knows anything about it. The cutting word doesn't seem to have any information on it, but he does seem to trust the Grand Justicar quite a lot. So maybe if I'm careful with my wording, we'll see what we get. Although,
We're fucked.
I was literally about to say we may have to play
shaking
this
down.
smart.
I'm very good at... Actually, no, I'm very good at my wording. What am I talking about? I need to have more confidence in myself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yes, lingering performance. We'll all go. We all helped rescue the cutting word. So we're all entitled to the audience, I assume. The cutting word's not interrupting me saying anything, so I'm going to assume that it's okay. So how about we all go, and we can all ask the questions that come to mind. You, no bandanas.
I can't make that promise.
Well then fuck off.
I mean, walk into a courthouse with your face going.
I mean, like, it's old-timey or current-timey or whatever it is. Like, people...
We're in a city now, though.
People travel by horse and stuff. It's dusty. Like, there was a common thing. That's why people...
Inside.
Well,
Yeah, not
It's
so
like
much
wearing your
inside.
hat inside.
He
so-
has the coronavirus. You
Yeah,
must
which
mask
is-
up.
Well, then he should be in isolation.
No, they dropped those rules now.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Generally speaking, if you walk into a place like that with your face covered, it's a bit sus.
Sure.
A bit like going into a bank.
If we're having an audience for the Grand
We did
Card, yeah,
You've been living post-COVID too long.
I'll just keep my head down. And yeah, of course I'm going to leave my hat on. What do you think? Like, Jesus.
He would, yeah.
Let's cover his bald head.
Yeah, exactly. This is a bald spot on top. Crown of power.
Crown of power.
You got to have the bit around the.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, to the Grand Justice.
Justica.
You head down to the courthouses. You head to the Royal Court of Justice. Make your way in. You guys walk in. It's all white marble and things like that. Very, very fancy. They're trying to impress anybody that's dragged in here to be, stand trial. A young
Fuck
man
this shit.
approaches. Can I help you, gentlemen?
I'm just going to get his gauge. Does he look important?
No, he looks like an intern.
Okay. We're all right, thanks, son. And I'll just keep walking. Is there a desk, like a main
He could have
reception?
given you directions.
Shut up. No. Yes, of course. I'm looking for the Grand Justica. Omid?
Omid.
Omid. Yes. I have some pressing business that is for his eyes only.
Roll a diplomacy check.
21 or 1.
Yeah. Very well,
I
sir.
pull out a business card. I give him a business card.
Takes it. I will escort you there myself.
Yes. Very good.
Takes you down to sort of an area. It's much less fancy once you get to the back and you're in sort of the offices area. Knocks on the door. Hear a voice. Who is it? And he opens the door. He says, "The people here to see you. This
I
is
go-
important."
And I point at the business card he's holding.
Kaladen Devar.
I look at classic.
He asks you enter, and the intern opens the door for you, and you guys head in. Is Bill there, or is he sat out because he didn't want to show his face? You would not be allowed in with a bandana on.
Yeah. I'll go in.
Grundell's definitely going in.
Yeah, I'll go in. I'll keep my head down.
Okay. Right. Gentlemen, may I help you?
G'day. Grand Justica Omid?
That is I.
Excellent. My name is Kaladin. I've been sent here as an emissary of the Cutting Word.
He sort of perks up and sits up straight when you say that, like it's.
Yes.
He is. You spoke to him?
Yes, he's all well and good.
Were you responsible for the train crash?
Responsible is a strong word. We were on the train,
Also
then it crashed.
incorrect.
We jumped off it.
I was told everybody died.
We kind of tumbled down a hill. There was an alligator, a couple of crocodiles. Luckily, I gesture to these two rougher-looking gentlemen.
Sorry, I'm just saying, hand me over, you cock.
I am waiting for it to happen. But until then, we're going to go with it.
I'll let you talk for a little bit.
Luckily, we had some fine gentlemen. That's why they look a little bit rougher. And I kind of pointed at Bill. Luckily, he helped us take care of the. I'm doing it for you in the long run.
Go
Don't
fuck
give me
yourself.
Do not forget the other survivors that did not survive.
Kind of.
Yes. In the middle of my. Throwing me off. Luckily, they helped us get across, and yes, we managed to get out here. Yes.
And where is the cutting word now?
Safe.
That seems very vague.
Yes, well, it's deliberate. Do you have any identification on you, good sir, that I can prove that it's you? And in saying that, I want to just, in my head, say to the cutting word, I know it's going to take a while. Is this who you're expecting to meet?
That's him.
That's him? Yeah, okay, cool. As long as he's happy, I'll bring out the cutting word.
You have it with you.
Yeah, I told you it was safe.
I have the box.
Did you keep that this whole time? Very impressive, Grundle. Very A+.
Everywhere we went, he's just like
It's full of rocks.
I don't think we need it anymore.
We need the box, it's magical.
He says, you've done a great service. Holds out a hand to take him.
It is literally why we're here.
No, I know, but I want something.
I know.
The dogs will need me want something, but no, I don't think. I just hand it over. Yeah. Before I say, I'll say farewell, cutting word. Remember that promise to tell me some good stories next time we meet. Before I let go of him.
Okay. If you could all wait in the hallway for a few minutes while I converse with the cutting word.
You can do it in your head.
No.
I go to a sense mode.
No.
No, he doesn't want to have like a really slow conversation.
While everyone's sitting there like,
Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean, he's the Grand Justicar. I don't think we have a choice. It's either that or get thrown out, right?
There are guards around, but
I feel like it's more of a go out or don't come back.
yeah. You guys sit out in the hallway. His office seems to muffle sound very well. He talks for about 10 minutes, presumably, to the cutting word. He comes out and he says, "You have all done a fine service." And the cutting word suggests that you all deserve a reward.
Ah, what a fine man he is. What man? Implement.
Dagger.
Blade.
Blade.
He escorts you all down the hall. He has a piece of paper that he hands over to someone at a desk who seems to deal with some kind of finances and things like that. They present you with a bag of silver, quite large. And it says, "Your reward for delivering him safely." You count it out, it is 1,000 silver.
Split it by
5 ways. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I mean, the goblin, she helped.
Which is what?
She did more than I did.
20 gold.
She was there.
20 gold.
She attacked. She did plenty of stuff, so I think she deserves it. Well, thank you very much. Hopefully he will be able to testify.
Monsieur, we have heard rumors about a new player in town, as it were. A kingpin, a new mob boss, a leader of the naughty people.
Not.
I cannot comment on that.
You have information, but you cannot.
Basically, in his position, an ongoing thing like that, that's not public knowledge, he's not going to say anything.
That's certainly. Perhaps you could point us in a direction that would not impede your.
Roll diplomacy.
Yes.
Let me just see if I can assist.
Please. Straight dice.
20 plus, so
+1.
I should have rolled.
No.
Oh.
I think you all have done a good service for us, and it would be best not to put yourselves in unnecessary danger.
Grand Justicar, my name is Zarnagov II.
Condolences.
Thank you. I understand. Was there any talk of him or this person knowing my father, or is that something I made up in my head?
So he knows your father in a professional capacity, but not personally, if you know what I mean.
Okay. I understand that there was something taken from my father's body, a personal item, which I'd very much like to get back.
I'm not aware of anything being taken.
I see. Perhaps, how do I put this? There might be some people within the force who are not completely above board.
Holds a finger to his lips. Not now.
Well, perhaps we shall meet at another time.
This is a very inappropriate time.
I understand.
He speaks very quietly. When
From
he
this,
says that.
I take it to mean that either someone's listening, or maybe someone's like next door, and it's not the place for talking about this sort of thing.
Kingpin.
What a twist.
Oh shit! I say I will thank him, and I will just make a mental note to seek him out at another point, perhaps at home or in another setting.
Before we dissipate, weird words to use, but I'll just ask, so what's to become of the cutting words after his testimony is heard? I have been hoping to get some stories out of him, as I'm a bit of a wordsmith. Is it possible that I'd be able to, will he have another wielder, or how does that happen?
Well, he has no wielder at the moment. I would have to check in with Cyrus's will.
Oh, the ambassador?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, if by any chance it's a bit of a upheaval, I'd love to put my name in the ring, as I was the one who delivered him safely.
Very well noted. And
I'll give him my card, because I don't know if that other guy gave him one.
he does say that obviously he would have to know a bit more about you and your deeds before he would be willing to hand over such a valuable item.
If you turn over the card, it actually has them listed.
Here are all my
And
deeds.
it has listed on the back of the card.
No, general gist is that if he's going to hand that over, he'd want to actually
Kaladin Devar,
know a bit more about you.
Grand Master of Stories. But yes, it does have a list of my deeds on the back, which are quite funny.
Which you wrote.
Yes, but he's very good penmanship, and he can't tell that. But although in
Can't tell
saying
you
that,
wrote it yourself.
This morning.
in saying that,
The ink's
in
wet.
in handing out my cards constantly, I am attempting to build
Yeah.
a rapport through impressions in
Yeah.
each city we go to.
He's generally saying that like he'd be looking at your reputation and stuff like that before he gives.
Oh yeah, definitely, it's a sentient weapon. But yeah, I'll give him my card just so he's aware that I would be to be interested in it, and I could always be contacted by sending.
Just before we depart, obviously we have a excellent referee with the dagger. If you need us for anything in the town, we are here for a few days. We are here if you need something done. Perhaps your men are unable to complete.
I'll keep that in mind. Yes. Okay, you guys depart.
Okay.
Thank you. Time, lunchish.
Yeah, probably early morning-ish. Just you haven't. Done
Did
much.
you wish to see your mother before we go to the docks? Is it on the way?
Now, I was going to ask, is there any story reason to go and see my mother, or can we flash
It
forward?
can happen off screen if you want.
Well, I was
Well, I
just
suppose
like,
the other thing,
if
yeah,
we
if you
go
wanna go see her
there,
alone.
we have like a nice chat about and
Yeah,
reminisce.
she offers everybody sticky date pudding with caramel
yes.
and it's got caramel and walnuts on top. She can do it with ice cream if you want. She's put some aside for the people who are allergic to
When
nuts.
did you ever leave home?
I know, right?
Yeah, she's very doting on you. She encourages you to stay out of trouble.
Thanks, Mum.
She feeds you all very well.
Oh, my belly.
Yeah,
Do we level up?
You leave very full. No, but you do all gain 5 pounds.
I'm a bum by total bulk.
No, she's a very nice sort of not elderly, but more like sort of Bael standards middle-aged woman. Yeah, very friendly to your friends. Make sure they all leave with full stomachs. Obviously, very sad and all that. And like I said, she encourages you to stay out of trouble. She doesn't want to lose anybody else.
Thank you.
And
Do you as the siblings?
No. Not anymore.
I consumed them in the womb.
I hate them. No, I don't. I'm an only child, obviously.
True.
We'll stay out of
fucking
trouble,
cravat.
Mrs. Nagus.
We've all seen the
Now let's
picture.
go shoot up a warehouse.
All right, where are you guys going?
Warehouse
Goblins?
district.
You head
Docks,
down to
sorry,
the
docks,
docks. There's sort of like one side of the docks is kind of like a market, and then the other side is like a big industrial area.
So,
The air quality is atrocious.
Specifically looking for well-dressed goblins.
So you guys head down there and you look around for a bit, and you see sort of meandering around. You do see Fig's Fangs, a group of goblins. You see about 5 of them. They don't know how many there are in total. They are all wearing 3-piece suits. They have collared shirts, heavy overcoats, and a newsboy's cap is their general outfit.
Head up to them, looking as non-threatening at this point as possible.
Oi, boss. So it looks over the other way.
Monsieur, this is the Fings Fangs. Walla Walla Bing Bangs.
Monsieur, I'm
Si.
Fig.
Reach into my pocket and pull out the cuffling.
What do you need?
Mr. Pierre sent us to interfere with the steelworks. Thinking perhaps you may be able to assist.
We could do some damage, distraction.
There is somebody in there that we wish to speak to as well.
Do you know who?
We do not. Have you heard of this new crime boss? This new kingpin?
Yeah, I'm aware. His goons paid us a visit.
Not.
Broke their toes.
Yes. It's very good. We heard there is someone in the warehouse that is working on the inside with the kingpin.
What you've heard is that there was an informant
Sorry,
who
what?
knew something about the kingpin.
Okay. We wish to speak to him while doing this.
Let's keep it quiet.
Of course. Do you have any ideas who it may be?
I've seen him take people in. People go in, a bit less of them come out.
Like orphans.
Not what I meant.
Oh, so there's no orphans.
Well, yeah, they work there.
See?
Factory
Child
work.
labour.
Child labour in the factory. They can get in, fix the equipment
I'll draw a pencil.
where a full-size person can't go.
Come out with
That's
one arm.
really fucked up.
That's not. But that's it's not. The injuries is not what I was talking about.
Yeah. How are you proposing to...
He says that people go in. I think they get questioned. I think there's some kind of operation in there.
This is what we are assuming.
There's a lot of noise in a factory. Might cover up some screams. I reckon there's something in there. We haven't been in. He thinks that people are being taken in there to be tortured.
Yeah.
He basically says that if maybe find that operation.
Using it as a front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of a front, but I mean, obviously it's a legitimate.
An operational front.
Yeah. So yeah, he says maybe if you could find that, you might be able to figure out a bit more. He can't tell you anything on who he thinks the person is.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously you want to disrupt the place, but he feels like you probably should be getting your information first. They could potentially create distractions for you, but at the same time, you don't want the whole place locked down.
How many people inside?
A fair few. It's actually massive.
Okay.
there's probably a few hundred people in there.
It's a steelworks and get
Yeah.
hundreds of people in there.
Yeah, a few
So
hundred.
you were talking about shaking them down. I'm like, what are you going to do? Shake down each one? There's hundreds of people there.
But he does tell you
Just takes time.
there's probably
6 seconds each.
there's probably some kind of location in there they use for certain things that are not on the books.
This kingpin whose goons came to see you, did you get a name?
No one knows who he is.
Why
kind
is
of the
it?
point.
Why is there secrecy?
It's hard for the cops to do anything about it if they don't know who he
But they
is.
don't last for so long.
Hey, I'm right here.
He doesn't use a code name or anything?
Just calling him the kingpin at the moment. Like I said, they came around. They wanted us to work for them. We said no. Took their toes.
Tasty. I prefer eyes.
That's weird.
Alright, so... excuse me, I will confer with the group. What are we thinking?
Well, I initially thought maybe we could go and pose as heavies for the kingpin and kind of look around. Maybe it might be best to sneak in. If it's a warehouse, probably a lot of places to hide. We can look for something out of the ordinary, maybe like a hatch or like something that's concealing a...
Or we could wait
Torture area.
outside
Yeah.
until someone goes. The people that are being taken in as a workers or plain clothes?
So that's not like a... That's not every day. That's just every now and then. People
Okay.
get sort of dragged in there at night time, as in the dark. A lot of workers are heading in and out on a regular basis. There is actually a uniform that they wear.
Is the operation 24 hours?
I mean, it slows down a bit overnight, but it is a 24-hour operation. It's always active. The place isn't particularly well lit at night, he tells you, fam.
Going
We
after
could
dark.
pose as workers.
Could. Might be hard to explain the gun.
Or, you know, maybe we've got two quite respectable gentlemen here.
Hmm.
Maybe we...
But you two need to do something as well.
Good job.
As Leaf.
Thanks, Lee.
I can't understand, but I got the burn. We could pretend to be investors. And, you know, if we act important enough, they're not going to stop us. If they're just guards, if we act important enough with two of our own guards, with two investors, we can walk right in. As long as the kingpin himself isn't there, which I doubt he is.
It's like,
Even if he's there.
We can go in, we can sweet talk him.
to like inspect the building or...
Worst case scenario is they cut our heads off.
We go in. Well, worst case scenario, we start blasting. But I mean, if they're torturing people in there, I'm all like, I think the character's all for going in and fighting to get people out. So
Yeah,
that
cool.
removes the hesitance for me.
Is there perhaps a way, Mr. Goblins, that we could call you on the inside if we get into trouble?
Name's Fig.
I apologize, Mr. Fig.
You whistle?
I turn around and I give the best with.
But you're going to do a sound wave.
Come a natural one.
That's a 17 plus 8, whatever that is. No, performance. It's more than. I know it is 8.
Little loud whistle.
Perfect. The best note he's ever heard in his life. A perfect A
He
flat.
tells you to do that, and I mean, they're not. I mean, they are bruises, but they're not like brute force. You know, they're not like an army of brute force warriors coming in. So they could potentially help under those circumstances, but
Perhaps more distracting to help us get out.
Yeah, I'm
create
thinking.
chaos.
We
And
do not.
escape.
We are not interested in fighting 200 people.
Is there any
Walls covered in
chance?
tar, lighted on fire, run it in.
Oh, I like to start.
Is there
I'm
any?
not looking at you. Maybe not. Maybe just the tar knows the fire.
Could you give us any names of anyone that might be any investors or anything like that if we wanted to get our way in there? Have you got any?
Or whoever's in charge.
So I have a name of an investor if we need to.
Oh,
So the owner of this building is Theodore Price, who is working with Grundle's father in some kind of endeavour to create something.
At this point, I would have said that.
oh, we know. So he works with Grundle's father.
Their competition is Westbrook and Huff.
Oh.
So we could
What's the trunk?
we could just say Teddy Price sent us
Hence
in
the
there
price.
to check out the premises, maybe do a review.
We could be lawyers.
You see the occasional guard around. They kind of look like maybe they have the vibe of like former soldiers and things like that. You know, you see a lot of sort of old equipment that.
As much as I do not wish to do this, I could pose as my father's son.
We wouldn't have to
I
pose.
mean, what a
how
weird
about-
way to put it.
It's simple. No one likes a lawyer. Let's just go in. I'll be a lawyer. We'll walk our way in,
It's interesting.
and then if shit hits the fan, we can reveal who you actually are.
Say I am here for a spot inspection.
Yeah, if we need to. But if not, I'll lead it because often the crime boss, putting quotation marks, wouldn't do the talking. He'll just be in the background waiting in case he needs to.
I would. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, I feel like actually saying you're his son might be a bad move. but
I was
you
going to
could-
say I
Yeah.
prefer that as a last case because
But you could
that would lead back to Pierre as well.
Which is
he would know it was
exactly what
me.
you don't want.
But
Exactly
you could
right.
also always just pretend to be a representative. You know, you have the accent the
Yeah.
same, and things like that.
I was going to ask you, would this Mr. Price, would he recognise you, perchance?
He would not. I have not been to the capital since I was a boy.
So that's the plan.
Let's give it a whirl.
We're being lawyers.
Lego. Well, he's the
Guards.
lawyer. He's the. I'll be the bodyguard, I presume. You will be there as a VIP, maybe a guard, but just in case anything pops out. And you will be
Or translate.
outside. So yeah.
No, you'll be. You're a suit as well.
No,
You're,
you translate for the big investor. Leaf.
Yeah.
you're the heavies
Leaf Industries.
Yeah.
because you guys are the.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of want to keep him as like an unspoken
That's good as our
VIP,
name,
so he's
actually.
like really important. Like maybe there's something that they don't know is over their heads.
And
And
then you're the
you're
weapon.
speaking on his behalf. I'm guarding him. You're
we're the lawyers.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
And Leaf is just there.
Well, she's just a fucking psycho that you point out
Yeah.
when there's a problem. She's going to bite someone's
Do
time.
you want her to come in with you?
Yeah, I think the smallest bodyguards
Is
are
she getting
terrifying.
along with?
Yeah,
Thing-
I was waiting.
Figs?
I was going to sort of touch on that in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, if she wants to join their side of things.
Well, they're sort of having a conversation in Goblin, which of course you two understand. She's kind of shy and awkward around them, and she's really impressed with their suits. And you get the impression that she's kind of into their style and all that.
5 silver, half an hour in the cave.
Yeah.
What's that?
How much you want to buy our garden for?
She does offer. Is that in character? No, she does offer to act with them during this operation if you want. She can act
Ideal.
as your representatives.
Okay, that's a good idea.
All right, let's wander down. Is it? Was it lunchtime?
Yeah, we wouldn't do it at night time.
We wouldn't.
No.
No,
If
why
it's an
would you?
official.
Yeah,
place,
no, if it's an official thing,
Afternoonish,
we'd
yeah.
go in.
You
Keep the door in.
You guys head down. This place is absolutely massive. Metal scaffolding everywhere. Coal being brought in by trains. Not coal, so iron ore.
Ingots.
Yeah, that sure, whatever. Being dumped in, and you've got the big thing that carries the iron up to be dropped down into the furnace.
The biggest thing.
The schmalter.
The pole thing with the.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so you guys just walk in, and there's not. You do after a little bit. Someone sort of starts looking at you. Looks like it's one of the guards. Oi,
Oi? One of the guards said "oi" at me.
who are you lot?
I'll snap 180 directly at him.
So you're not
Imposing.
facing him anymore.
I'm Oh yeah. No, because we were walking.
I turned my back to you.
No, because we were walking past him, and I assume he
Sure.
stepped from behind.
You do a full 360.
I do a pirouette, I believe. And I'll be like, "What do you want?
Are you lot supposed to be here? You don't look like you're supposed to be here.
What do you reckon? We just go walking around buildings whenever we feel like it? Don't bother me. I continue walking.
Well,
You can walk. You can chase after me if you want. But
yeah.
I will sort of intercede myself in between the two. So, yeah, excuse me, sir. Would you be able to direct us to the owner's office? We have some business.
The owner's not here.
pull out my notebook and I start making notes.
The foreman. Would it still be called a foreman?
I guess so.
I think so.
It's in nowy times, so
Nowy?
Now he's
make it worse and worse.
Currency times, yes.
I'll point at him and say, "What's your name?"
My name's Jack.
Jack of
Trade.
Old trade.
Master of none, I presume.
Jack Hill.
Jack Hill. All right, I scribble it down in my notepad.
Uh,
I put it down, and I keep writing. I
Is
don't
the
let
foreman
him see.
in?
He directs you to an office that is a fair bit of a walk in. You guys walk for about 150 meters.
You guys just fucking wander around.
It takes you to an office. It's kind of up a little bit higher. It has a view down of the whole area. What was this about?
As we're walking, I was gonna say, I actually don't know.
I might get in trouble.
Oh, is this the Jack guy?
Yeah. You're near the door.
We have some business to speak to the owners, or in lieu of that, perhaps the foreman will be able to assist.
And, sorry, can you roll a diplomacy check for me?
As we were walking toward him, I didn't interrupt, but like, is there any signs of blood or like, you know,
Perception.
Keeping your eyes open, smart.
What are we actually trying to get out of these?
So first of all, we're trying to either find something that's oddly placed, as in like a trapdoor or something like that. Or we're trying to find the informant,
Okay.
and then we're going to shut this shit down.
I'll also look for a like a space, like a dead space within the like a room that has no fucking doors. You know, like you can see it from above. It's like, hang on, this place doesn't.
Such a large place, it's very difficult
Yeah,
to...
that's what I'm
to do a perception check.
Is there an overviewing office?
That's
foreman.
what
That's where we're going? Excellent.
13.
Given the nature of a factory like this, it's
I imagine
very difficult.
Just sprawling.
Alright, knocks on the door. Very great, gentlemen.
I'll bustle past you at this point.
Yeah.
Can I help
We're gonna
you
tag team.
with something?
Good afternoon, sir. My name's Elijah Goldstein. I snap my notebook shut and I'll put my hand down. Give you coffee, James.
Gives you the...
I look at my hand and I
Sweaty.
wipe it on you.
So he's sort of like an overweight, middle-aged man with a big mustache. His clothes don't quite fit. You know, if you're behind him, you'd see so much butt crack.
Right.
And he's got a sweaty hand. What can I help you with?
I'm here on behalf of Theodore Price. We're doing an inspection of the grounds. No one's mentioned this to you?
Roll deception.
I can't really assist because I'm trying to. You know,
It's a 27. So,
Inspection?
yes. No one mentioned it? It's just like Theodore not to be on top of his shit. Anyway, doesn't matter. We're just going to need probably about, this is a big building, maybe an hour or so. If you want to send, do you need anything? Do we need, I'll come back at the end.
It would be appropriate if we had some, perhaps some workers to chaperone us so that we don't get squashed by large metal objects to keep us safe.
Calls out. Thomas! Calls out this little boy. He's probably like 6.
Safety first.
That'll keep us safe.
Let the young one die.
three-fingered fucking...
Thomas hasn't been crushed by machinery yet. He'll keep you safe. Hello, sir.
You'll be our canary in our gold mine.
Excellent.
I don't understand that reference, sir.
It's probably a good thing.
But I'll turn around and go, sorry, what was your name?
Read the name tag.
You look at his name tag, it says George.
George, excellent. George, what's your surname?
George Foreman.
His name is George Jones.
George Jones, excellent. I'm just jotting your name down here. We'll come back when we're done, and I'll need some few signatures to sign off on the report. Don't worry, we'll see you in about an hour.
I'm going to lean over first of all to front of them. Sir, should we start with his office?
I don't think That's appropriate.
I wasn't asking.
I
He
will-
wasn't.
I will speak
Well,
to George.
Not you.
Oh, sorry. I
And
was-
try and just sort of like take him aside out of the...
He, knowing that you don't speak French, he will reply back in French in a long-winded sentence.
He thinks we should check out his office too.
Excuse me, George. And I was sort of like trying to like chaperone him to the side, even if
as you
he's still in
chaperone
the
him to
room.
the side, everybody else sees all the butt crack.
I will distract George from you guys doing your thing.
I'm going to go into the office.
Yeah,
with
I
you.
just wanted to look at the windows
Oh, but I'll
to get an
allow
overview
him
of the
through.
thing.
Do a perception check with a +2 circumstance.
Meanwhile, while he's doing that, I want to see if there's any
Perception.
I said,
Yeah. Any paperwork that pertains to
Yeah.
like anything unusual floating around.
22, 24.
normal perception.
Nice. 18.
Okay. You're kind of rushed, so like you don't have a huge amount of time to look. You do find some paperwork about deaths in the factory.
Okay.
You've been writing some stuff up. Basically a letter to an orphanage telling them that there's a there's a list of kids not coming home.
Here's the daily list.
Little Timmy ain't gonna make it back.
When you see an area that seems to have more guards than the rest, it's a bit of a distance away from here, and it's down on the ground level. But you do see a little building that's kind of isolated from the rest. It seems to have more guards than, like, not like a massive amount more, but it seems like it's more guarded than the rest of the.
Cool.
Like there's something there.
I'll give a
Gunner.
fake cough and gesture over.
Oh.
You're there?
Mm.
Yeah. So you can see out the window.
That's right, you can lead us to it. I assumed at any point anyway. Well, I'll wait till everyone's done.
Terrible sense of direction. All right. Are you saying anything to him in particular?
The only thing I was going to say is like, I was going to grill him a little bit about how many, what's the accident rate like?
And he's telling you that they have minimal casualties, just the usual.
I see. I mean, you must have a few. This is still a very dangerous place.
Just the standard, one or two a day.
Fair enough.
I'm reading the paperwork.
Yeah, I know.
It's a lot more than
400
that.
deaths.
It's like a piece of paper, and you let go. It's like,
Yeah.
It's mostly children getting stuck in machinery when they go in to repair them, crawling in under things and stuff like that, getting caught up in the machines. Some kids, you do see reading between the lines a little bit that some kids might have been finished off after they lost arms and stuff and things like that. It's like not worth bothering with them, just finish them off. This is clearly a dodgy place, but also I will point out, although this is a bit extreme, factories around like in this kind of
We're
setting,
like this.
very dangerous places. There's a lot of casualties in running this operation. But he tries to play it down and say that like, only one or two a
Okay.
day. It is most you reading the thing. It's mostly children.
I will ask him. I will start with asking if the people in the steelworks are unionised,
What's your name?
and then I'll lead into, is there any other unruly groups within the thing, and try and sort of bring the conversation around to, are there any like gangs or any other people who are sort of like there's us and them type of arrangement?
No, he tells you that they promptly squash out any grouping up, and anytime people seem to be working together to try and improve their situation, they make sure to squash that out.
Literally Amazon.
Heading to the guarded area.
Well, let's not go straight to the garden area.
Yeah, we'll put up a pretense of.
We'll do it. So
My
we'll do.
friend Wendy died over here.
Thomas, shut up. We'll do a bit of a lap. I'll just look like we're inspecting
And
things.
like pointing things. And
I'll be nodding to you and like showing you the
Make
notes,
some
and
notes,
getting you
yeah.
making things, and you guys just look stupid.
I'm just make sure that no one's approaching him aside from these guys.
Yeah, and then we'll kind of walk around and then make our way to the guarded area.
Now, while we're walking around, I want to speak to Thomas. I'll say, Thomas, do children come here and don't leave?
Don't leave, sir.
That's what I said.
Well, only if there's accidents.
Was there a lot of accidents?
No.
Sex motive.
Do you need to?
I don't believe you, Thomas.
Well, look, only a few of my friends have died. But such is life.
I point over to the heavily guarded area. Do children go in there and have accidents?
Oh no, we don't go over there.
Why not?
That's off limits.
Do you know why?
No, I'm 6 or 5. Or how old am I?
6.
I lose track.
24.
I can't count. I can only count to 7.
Okay. Do you see anybody go in
You
there?
got 7 fingers.
I take people in there sometimes.
You take people in there?
No, they take people.
Oh,
in there.
they take.
He sort of quiet, talking a bit quiet.
Mhm.
I've seen people go in there sometimes.
You see?
They come out broken,
Like
or not at all.
arms broken, or worse.
They don't. They fingers, legs missing.
There must be some large machinery in there.
Such is life.
Such is life.
I think we're heading over there.
I'll lean in as we're kind of walking, mainly to Grundle, but so you guys can hear because you look like the boss. If things start to go south, the plan is just to let them know that we were sent by you-know-who to assess the work area. So if they're not letting us in on this first pretense, I'm going to switch to that and see how we go.
Well, we already told them we were seen by the theatre.
Yeah, but that was to do an assessment of the site, not the site. You know what I mean?
No.
Well,
The-
Jesus
the-
Christ, Bill.
The internal side.
As in, like, we've been
Wait,
sent by the
wait.
Kingpin to check it out, to make sure that's what we're going to fall back on if they don't
Okay.
let us in.
We don't know the kingdom's name.
I don't.
They probably don't know it either.
No,
You know.
I
exactly.
mean, he's gone by Kingpin.
Well, I'm just going to say, you know who, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Worth a shot.
Hmm.
So we'll saunter up to the guarded area, and I'll just start walking for the main door.
Stop short at the door. I'm sorry, sir. You can't come in here.
Look, I don't have time for this. I've been over it with the other guards. I don't know why I'm in Bill's voice. Been over it with the other guards.
He's the last person you talk to.
Yeah.
So, you know.
George, the foreman.
You're gonna do the NPC voice next.
We've been over it with George. He knows we're here. You need to let us in.
Are you with them?
If you have to ask that question, I think you already know.
Sort of looks over at the other guards and they kind of look a bit awkward.
I'll give them all a good staring.
All right. Do you want? You're here to talk to the rat.
I'll look at him and I'll say, you shouldn't be saying that kind of shit, and we'll walk in the door.
Sort of stands aside.
What do I do?
We enter the room.
You enter.
We enter.
Stairs going down. You guys walk in. There's a bunch of corridors. You see roughly what you think your characters would see based on that.
I'll just walk and I'll turn if it looks like to be. When I get to the edge here, if I look down this corridor, does it seem more lit than the other one?
Yes, generally
Yeah.
speaking. There's a door. Down
Any
here.
guards down here at all?
You haven't seen anybody.
No one's down here at
You
all.
don't hear anything. You don't see anything.
Alright.
You can very faintly hear the sound of chains moving far ahead.
Okay. As I walk down, I'm assuming you guys come with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you walk me down to the next, Jason? Yeah, and I'll look left and right. What I see on the stage right.
To the right is a storage room by the looks of it.
Yep. Doors open or no door?
There's no door there.
Cool. Keep going.
Only doors were updrawn.
Yeah. Look down that way.
Corridor.
Yeah, I don't see anything. We'll just walk. I'll move roughly in the sound of the chains as well. I'll look again.
Straight ahead. You see a door. That hallway to the left there is dimly lit. To the right, it looks like another storage room. It seems like some old equipment from the factory has just been dumped down here.
Okay.
There's actually like a weapons rack.
Ooh.
You'd have to get closer to actually like see details.
I'm gonna give it away.
It occurs to me that we're not going to be able to whistle down.
Yeah, I'm pretty fucked, but hey, it's alright. So I head straight up to this door here.
Yep.
In front of me. Locked.
No.
I will knock. And then I'll enter the room. I'll knock first and then open the
Yep,
door.
you see, so on either side there, up against the wall, there's like benches, like sort of a tool shop workbenches. There's, sort of pliers and things like that, bone saws, various implements that
Stuff that we all have in our sheds.
stuff everybody has in their sheds that can be used for torture. It looks like, this room's got a whole bunch of that kind of stuff in it, basically. Some of it's even got blood on it still.
I'll turn around and without using your name, I'll get your attention. Bill. And I'll say, watch our 6.
Can do.
That's one more freaking than that. I'll go up to the next door. Are you guys coming with me, or?
I wanted to have a quick look.
Yeah, I was saying we don't want to
just
scout
in
around a
case
little
we're-
bit.
I didn't want to look. If we
I'm
got caught,
tempted.
I didn't want to look like we were scouting. So
We're
I'm
inspecting.
looking confident. Like you guys scout.
If
I
you're
just
going to
wanna
go,
have a
I'll
look
go
in
up.
here.
Well, just you go. We'll do you first before I go into the next room.
Yeah, so there's a fair bit of rope in there, chains on the ground, like not so like sort of handleable weight chains. There's weapon racks that have basic weapons on them. There's some swords that have been modified to be like heavily serrated and things like that. Yeah, there's some blankets stacked up. They all look clean.
Zah, what do your elf eyes see?
Just ropes, chains, blankets. I will take one of the ropes to refill my rope that I used ages ago. I'll rejoin everyone.
I will knock and enter the next room if I can.
No answer.
Just go straight in.
Open the door. You see several cages.
You stay at that door though, yeah, just so no one can sneak up on us.
Yeah, chuck me in there.
Oh, I'm waiting to see what he.
There is a cage with a rat in it.
Oh, a literal rat.
Okay, well.
He's chained inside the cage. I mean, it's like 10 foot by 10 foot, but okay.
It is actually about 10 foot.
Yeah. He's chained inside the cage. He's sort of sitting on the ground, sort of sitting up against the back of the cage. Sees you guys enter. He looks, a bit worse for wear. You guys enter.
Yeah, and no one else?
No one in here. Oh, there are a few other cages, and there are some benches and things like that where some stuff might happen.
Nothing else alive, though.
No, nothing else in here really.
I'll turn
Yeah, go up to the ratty.
and say, "You there? Can you speak?"
You finish me off. You're laughing? Do you think it's funny?
Sorry, Monsieur Ratatouille.
God,
No, I don't,
they
mate.
made it even worse than the last torture.
I'm here to sing you a song. That's right.
What?
I'm looking over my shoulder. What's going on in there?
I did again.
They call you the rat.
Okay.
Has that got anything to do with just you, what you look like, or is there something else to that?
Might be the fact that I'm a rat.
I said that in the sentence. I said, is there anything else alluding to it besides your appearance?
You call me a rat?
Oh, fuck me. I walk up to the cage.
Just finish it, man.
I walk up to the cage. Is the cage locked?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I
Just kill me.
quick look around the room, are there any keys?
On the far wall.
I'll walk over and I'll grab the ring of keys.
Monsieur, why are you chained up?
They,
We are not here to harm you.
So he looks over at Zar. He says, I was going to talk to him.
Why him?
He never showed up. Are you here now?
Yeah.
As that's happening, I'll unlock the cage. He's chained up in the
Yeah,
cage.
he's chained up.
Yes, I'll unlock the cage and open it so you can talk to him.
I understand you have something to tell me.
I have information on the kingpin. But now I want more. You have to take me with you.
That is a big ask.
Now I need revenge. So it shows you his hand, his left hand.
Stumpy.
Fingers, no, not like that, but the fingers are broken. I know where he is. I don't know who he is, but I know where he is.
I see.
Why did he dress you?
Huh?
Why did he dress
He
you?
looks like his dad.
Because I look like my dad. So this is obviously the informant dude.
Only James would make the rat a literal fucking rat. Like,
I'll say
so many layers to you, isn't there?
It's like an onion.
We cry whenever we.
The deeper you get, the more you cry.
we can make that work. We can get you out of here.
Hell yeah.
They said they were coming back tonight.
That's all right. You
I
won't be.
overheard them. Theodore likes to do his own dirty work.
Oh, we could kill him off. That would fucking disrupt the cunt out of his
When Theodore comes here, does he come alone or with a party?
He usually has a few people with him, but he leaves them outside.
We can stage this.
He likes the intimacy.
However, the guards know that we're here.
Everybody knows we're in here.
Yeah, sure. That's true. We'll kill them first.
Can you craft bombs?
I mean,
You got acid?
I'd need a lot more time than we
Acid
have.
vial above.
I've already got acid vial.
Straight
Yeah.
onto him. But like I can make him invisible to get him out. So we can get him out without anyone knowing he's left. I mean, obviously we were the last people to see him,
I
but
mean, we're here to disrupt the operation as well, though.
Well, our first goal was to find old mate.
Yeah.
He will tell you that his name is Skrik. He tells you that he worked as a guard here, and that he became a bit suspicious with the people being brought in and out of this area. Did a bit of snooping around. As a small rat, he was able to be a bit sneaky and get into some places. And he saw some things. He overheard some conversations. He overheard Theodore on the phone one time, and so he knows where he was arranging to meet. He basically mentioned some things that made him think that he was going to meet the Kingpin. He knows that location, and he's heard it a few times, so he's pretty confident that that's a good lead. He tells you guys that he reached out to you. I mean, obviously he doesn't say it like that, but he's sort of just explaining the story. So that's why he reached out to you for help. And
how'd you get caught?
he tells you that they knew that a meetup had been arranged. There must have been an informant at some point. And then when he was in place to meet up with Zar didn't show up, but a bunch of the goons did, and they brought him down here.
So you have been here for a few days now.
It would have been, yes.
I see.
Do we trust him?
Oh, what reasons he
I
could
think the
lie.
question is, are we getting him out or are we staying?
Up to you.
We could get him out and maybe sneak back. What if we know what time this guy's due to
It
come
wouldn't
back?
be like he wouldn't know a
No,
schedule.
it'd be
No,
like
but
night time.
Tonight.
the foreman would surely know.
Skrik tells you that he's lost track of time, but he thinks that the guy comes at like midnight-ish, based on previous behaviour, because he did watch. He was a guard in this warehouse. Well, not warehouse. It's a
We could
factory.
sneak back in here and set up an ambush.
I actually really like that idea. I think it's a good idea.
How do we sneak past?
I don't think we should be down
the
here.
door?
Everyone.
Well, I'm imagining.
Jesus, Thomas, go back upstairs.
I've got a feeling it won't be as heavily guarded at night. If that's not the case.
Also, we can bottleneck them at least through this door.
Sure. I mean, but we got to
that's
get
the
down
first
here.
Oh yeah. I'm not
This
so much
is
worried
our
about
issue.
that. Yeah, I'm not so much worried about that. We're just taking a couple of
There's only
yards.
one way out.
And one way in.
Next Saturday.
Well, it's up to you guys.
But if we could get,
We can
I don't want to kill him.
Because no, but we can get him out and get him to the goblins. They'll keep him,
Yeah.
and then we can just.
You're-
We could even have the goblins create a distraction to get us back in here.
It's true.
You know, we haven't used that favour. So, if they were to lure whatever night staff guards are on duty, and we just in, and then we set up, we wait for him to arrive, and then we
Yeah.
rain shit on him.
So we should get
Any
him out.
objections? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. If you can make him invisible, then we can just walk straight out of here.
And
So we're done.
You as the acid for the chains, or you can do this.
Oh,
I can't get him. Oh, I can't get him out of the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm untrained.
I mean, yeah, I can try.
How old are these manacles looking?
Oh, I mean, they're not like pristine or anything. Yeah.
Oh wait, I've got the keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Holding
they-
the ring
if-
of keys. Can I try and unlock his manacles?
Then you go through a few keys.
Okay, yeah.
Make sure you find it. You're under the keys. His equipment is against the far wall. He's got a few things.
Yeah, well, I'll throw it to him. I'll tell him though. All right, listen here. You got to be quiet, and you got to do what we say until we get out of here. Can we trust you?
I'm Skrik the trustworthy.
You're literally a rat, mate. Like, I think if anything,
That's his racist.
no, that's
That
species.
is racist.
Can I assume, Mr. Script, that you wish for our help in taking down the Kingpin? You're not planning to do this
I
alone?
wasn't going to get involved, but now he holds up like a broken hand.
How do you?
What I'm more concerned you will run away as soon as we get outside.
I'm not worried about that even slightly.
No.
Good. That's what I'm just checking.
So he has one hand with broken
Yep.
fingers.
Left hand.
Right. So he can still stab.
Yeah, so his equipment, he seems like he told you he was a guard here. He has a shield and a sword.
He's not gonna be able to carry all that
I
shit.
would assume that like magical healing doesn't just fix bones.
It
Like,
depends on the severity, I would say.
yes, it's like a level 1 spells is not going to heal his hand, for instance.
Well, I mean, mechanically, yes.
But like
It's more like basically I would play it up as like
Give
you
him
can
better comfort.
You can heal his hit points. That those injuries would take a bit longer before I would narratively say that they were healed. But what he will do is he will strap his shield to his forearm so that he can still use it. So because, like I said, mechanically you can heal the hit points, but I'll role play it like he's still got broken fingers.
yeah, I just don't want to burn a spell if it's not
No,
going to really have the
you
use
can do
for
a
it.
medicine check even. Just
I'll
to-
do it. I'll do as a sign of goodwill. I'll do a medicine check.
Yep. Are you going to make it worse?
No, just as a 10, so it's not a critical fail.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't pass.
Oh, you don't pass? Let me try it.
He's immune for.
An hour.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Only for your attempts, though, isn't it?
I wouldn't.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
don't know.
everyone. Otherwise, we could all get battle
Yeah,
messes
that's
and
exactly
just
right.
jerk each
He's
other
like,
off.
it's all right. We should get out of here.
So he will know once we get upstairs. He will know his way out because he was a guard.
Yeah, he's
Well,
working
I
in the
think-
factory.
do you know what the other rooms have in them?
Don't know. We didn't go in them.
Right. I might have a quick look.
Yeah, I'll join you.
I will talk to Scrit while they're Scrit, and say if we get waylaid upstairs,
Yeah.
leave and find the well-dressed goblins.
Oh,
They will take care of you.
Figs.
The figs.
Figs.
Because I can see us.
bang.
Figs bangs.
Figs hangs.
I can see us getting stuck upstairs talking to fucking somebody, and 10 minutes will elope, and he's just standing there.
No,
He's gonna make
no,
him
no,
visible.
we're
He
gonna,
got
we're gonna
parts
come
on
back and fuck it up, aren't we? Otherwise we go up and say, the rat is not in here.
No, what I'm saying is like, because he's
That
only
door's
invisible
locked.
for 10 minutes.
That door's locked.
I'll try with the keys.
None of those keys will open it.
Oh, my time to shine.
There we
I'll
go.
try to lockpick it.
All right. You need 2 15s, I understand.
If it's a poor lock,
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we're going to keep it as poor.
How many times do I fail in this scenario before
Where
it's
we
all
going?
fucked
You need
up?
2 successfuls. I'd say you can have one.
Oh,
Okay.
it was yours.
You probably. I don't know if you need 2 in a row, but we'll say you can have one.
First
So
one's a 28,
yep.
it's a crit success.
and only Grundle's with me at this point.
If you say so.
Good. I don't
I
want
mean,
to.
they were having a conversation. I don't know about old mate, but
Perfect.
No, if you guys want to do. Well, I think it's cool.
I'll whip out the lockpick, just like the old days, huh?
Yeah.
And I'll unlock the door.
You still have it.
click out a
Annoyed.
1.
Yeah.
2 binding.
Critical success, you unlock the lock,
Oh, there you go.
or you get 2 successes depending on the. So,
Yeah.
So yeah.
This looks like just a really small office. There's not much in here, but there is some paperwork. You have a quick look over it. It's a list of people, so names. It's a list of injuries,
The real record.
as in not
No,
injuries.
the
in
torture
factory.
record.
Yeah, it's a torture record, written in loving detail. Everything that's being done. It also has measured the reactions. He's kind of got a scale for determining like how painful. these
Oh,
things
like the
are.
pain face scale that hospitals have
Kind of.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like a number, I suppose. But like it's basically ratings on and then he's like got graphs where he's comparing the same torture on different people and different races, and he's sort of documenting like the pain threshold of different races and things like that.
Gee, even for me, this is some sick shit.
You must have the naughty list. I had the nice list. It's a bunch of hookers.
There's a few hundred people on that list.
Are there any common themes? Is it just like he's just grabbing people from the street, or are they?
There's names, but you don't know who the people are.
Yeah, okay.
They're just names to you.
The list we should take.
Squeak is the last one.
I assume the list is multiple
think
like pages, or like is it an
room
entire
of-
room of?
And I point out he's also put Squeak's name as Squeak the Untrustworthy. Sorry, what did you say?
How is this
How much
like
paper
one
is
long
in
piece of
here?
paper? Is it?
Oh no, it's documents. It's like single pieces of paper.
Could we conceivably
think-
carry this?
Like a manila folder.
Yeah, like it'd be like one sort of thick folder, like maybe an inch of paper.
We could tuck it down the back.
Well, I was going to hand it to you
the
to put under your clipboard.
Grand
I've got no book.
Judicator.
Just a car,
Just a car.
I think.
Yeah.
May find a lot of interest in this.
I would agree. Could use another 1,000 sealable.
And yeah, it's all in the same hand.
I can only imagine there are some names on
That's
here
actually-
of people that are missing that.
If we can match their handwriting to other documents that Theodore has.
I agree. 1,000 silver per case. We're sitting on a gold mine.
Nothing else of interest there, though?
You find a silver letter opener
Ooh.
in one of the drawers. It's very fancy. It has the initials on it, TP.
TPK.
That's the name of the group.
I'll just chuck it in my pocket.
Keep
I'll
it.
talk to the group about it after. I'm not like hiding it. I'm just.
I will ask Skrick. If something should happen to you, we need to know the address that you have.
When we're out of here,
No, now.
roll intimidation.
I'm glad you're back.
There's arguments. We've let him out of the cage. We've let him in the
That was my thought.
There is
I
argument.
am worried.
It's like-
Oh no, I totally
He's
get his
still-
stand. I
he's still
understand.
underground,
I
like-
get that.
Oh shit.
Oh, hello.
What's that?
Well,
Yeah, 19.
Plus 3, 22.
He sort of hesitates for a moment. He says, "Hello, Theatre.
Hello.
Hello."
I will pat the rat. I'll use. Actually, no, I won't. I'll use all 3 of my actions to cast it from a distance because I can do that. Cast spell. He is
Ted was your friend.
invisible as long as he is willing.
Yeah, I mean, you told him what you were going to do.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's his way out.
How long does
Couldn't
it last?
be more willing.
10 minutes.
Oh, he's yeah.
Yeah, I figured plenty of time. So he just disappears from sight.
Once you get out of here, he'll head to the goblins, like you said.
I'll walk out and I'll say to the guard, just sign here, thanks.
Sign.
Right. You do that?
All right.
You know how to write, son?
I can do my X.
That's all, thank you. Best to not be letting anyone know about this.
What?
it what?
Exactly.
Except the boss, of course. Right. Understood. Guys all walk out unmolested.
Do we...
Find the goblins.
Yeah.
Set up
around
thing.
it.
Fix fan.
Wait for a few.
Yeah, I
hours.
don't think we're going to.
Yeah, I want
Directly
to
there.
beeline for the goblins. I want to walk around a bit. I also want to see if anyone's following us.
Roll perception.
How is it? 23.
Nice.
At the moment, as you leave, it doesn't look like anybody's paying much mind to you. Guards are obviously watching you leave, but it's a very big, busy, noisy place, and
Cool.
you seem to go out without anybody really noticing all that much. You did say you were going to go back and talk to George.
We did say that, didn't we?
Oh,
No.
It's up to you.
do we need to?
Which one's George?
Oh, the guy,
George
the
the foreman.
foreman.
George is
How can you remember?
I might go back because otherwise it's weird.
on your own.
Oh,
That would be weird.
No, maybe at
Okay.
least some of you.
yeah.
You don't- that's
I
not
think
everyone.
like realistically we'd all go.
Yeah, and so we'll get and we'll go up and I'll speak to George.
Is everything up to you?
And there's a sacre bleu de ratatouille. Je m'appelle croissant.
What's
Bob
you saying?
says, we're done.
The French is such an exaggerated language.
Oh, popular.
That's racist, George. It's not funny. Are you making fun of
I
our?
was trying to be part of the
Are
group.
you making fun of him?
Yes.
Do you think that's appropriate in this scenario?
No, I don't.
That's what I thought.
I'll stand in the corner.
Good man. Now pull your fucking pants up.
I keep trying.
I'll say all signed off. Excellent. Doesn't seem to be any problems, but obviously the we'll finish off the paperwork, and if you hear from us again, then that's all you need to know.
All right.
It was a pleasure to meet you, George.
It was a pleasure doing business with you, whoever you were. Captain
Goldstein.
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 I will point at my wristwatch.
That's very nice.
Did you get it fixed yet?
Did you fix it? Because I asked you 2 ages ago.
I don't think I have.
No.
I would definitely be happy
It does
to, but
work.
I haven't
The
actively
glass is
done it.
cracked.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just head off then.
All right, you guys depart.
I meant 10 minutes.
To Gobbo's.
Recruit
Oh, he
that
already
with
left.
The,
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know if he was like following us around or.
I'm assuming he would not.
Well,
follow
I wouldn't
us.
have thought so.
If he had
but-
the chance to get out, he would be gone. So.
reunite back with the goblins.
Or update them of the plan for
Double
brevity.
check Leaf is okay.
Fine.
Good.
Is our rat
She's got a
friend
little thing in her hair, like a
Scar.
flower.
a leaf?
She's got a flower in her hair, like a little sort of old timey,
She-
current timey. Sorry. Yeah.
Leaf's picking up. Thank you. We found the we found the area we were looking for. It was
Is that
horrible.
fella here?
He is. We helped him escape.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Standing with them. Well, he wouldn't have been like out in the open, but once you guys
Yeah.
started talking to them, they
We
might have taken-
believe that we would like to engage in your full services tonight.
You mean the favour, right?
The favor, yes, please.
May I borrow your shot?
We plan to go back down and ambush the Teddy.
Ambush what?
The Teddy.
Theodore.
That would be Theodore Price.
Yes.
Oh, that's ambitious.
Is it?
Oh, he's a very important. Okay. You want distraction?
We would like. We will need the distraction.
Bring the tar.
Perfect.
I'm assuming it's what 4, 3, 4.
Yeah.
What time we got it?
He comes down at midnight.
I
So
reckon we
any
get
time
there
before that to
like
start.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because
We'll
If
take
I-
they're starting a kerfuffle though for us to get in,
We can go in and wait though.
Yeah, chill out for an hour.
We'll just take a packed lunch.
but like, are they gonna? If there's yeah, you don't want the kerfuffle to be too big that he doesn't come in.
No, we want them to like run through.
We just
maybe
pretty much want the
like,
guards to be distracted
raise
enough that we
shit,
can get
maybe
down there.
steal some shit from the warehouse and like run off.
Yep.
That's that's good. Did we know when the guard was standing in front of the door? Was that door locked?
No, it wasn't.
Good.
There were a few guards out there. Like,
Yeah, I figured that were
How are we getting down into this place? What are we doing?
great distraction. Walk in.
Squeak can probably lead us down there.
Are you waiting for? Are you waiting to see him come in? Or
No, we want to.
No,
get
we
in
wanna- we
beforehand.
wanna be there
He
before
normally
to
shows up
ambush.
around midnight.
Oh,
so
you want to hide in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe put one of us in the
I
cage.
see. Is Leaf coming with you?
Chain him back down.
If
I mean,
she,
we
or does she
could,
want to
like-
work with the pack?
If he wants
Or
revenge,
you can
Yeah,
have.
I think it's asking her.
You can have Scrick with you instead.
Well, if
Does
she
he really
if
want to go back down there?
He
Okay.
wants to be the one who to fuck him up. So I feel like.
He's keen for revenge.
And I'll tell him
I mean,
like,
we could fake lash him up.
Yeah.
we shouldn't have fucking bothered burning a spell to get him out.
You bet-
Oh, no, he wouldn't
we
tell
need,
us shit.
Yeah, exactly. We needed to.
We did though. We already
No,
got.
we did because we
Oh, you
let
could have
it out.
done another medicine check because he was out. You guys had a few hours.
Oh, do you want? Do you want me to
Yeah,
do
I'm
one?
happy
I've only
to.
got. I got a +5. What do you got?
Like a +6.
Yeah, you go.
15.
Oh, dead on. Pass.
Um,
2d8.
does did Scrick have any other information apart from the theatre? Or was that the only thing he had?
That was the main thing. After you guys got out, he does tell you that he's also heard that people. He did a lot of overhearing. There's a club called Nox.
Alex?
NOX. He's heard mention of it a few times, but he doesn't know anything about it. Whereas with the Harlow Theatre, he'd actually heard about a meeting.
Okay.
So there's a nightclub and then there's a theatre. I say night, like, yeah.
A now timey.
Now
nightclub.
timey nightclub. And yeah, so that's the main thing. He is close to full hit points now.
Excellent.
he wants to come back down.
That's
He
what,
wants revenge.
yeah, he does.
wants revenge.
He wants revenge.
cool.
But I figure we can fake lash him up.
Yeah, that's what I
Even if
think
you
so.
have a bottle of acid, he can just fucking
Yeah,
Too
great
good.
idea.
suck it, Tombo. Wait, what's his name?
Pocket
Teddy?
acid.
Teddy.
Tombo.
Pocket acid. Do we say what, 10?
10, 9, whatever. We can wait.
Yeah, I
for
mean,
that
it's
few
not
hours.
like it doesn't take more time.
As soon
We
as
want
it
to make
gets
sure we
dark-
get there before him.
Yeah, exactly.
Very
As
much
soon
so.
as it gets dark enough, yeah, as soon as we see workers leaving the factory, so maybe we can gauge it's less populated in there around that
So
time.
you
Wanna
wait-
get-
wait till about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sure.
El Gobliners to pretty much just go pretty spastic and run rampant in there.
Yeah.
So if I could
Enough that it will cause all the guards to go and try and get it.
Specifically near the area that we've
Yeah.
told them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And if they could run like fuckery after that, that would be great.
So you guys sort of get into position somewhat close without arousing suspicion. and you guys sit and wait. And after about 10 minutes of sitting and waiting there, you hear the galloping of hooves.
This fucking horse is on fire, man. I'm sweating.
I actually have a horse on fire.
Yeah, I know you do.
I don't have it out. I do. It's somewhere.
What a let.
It's put away. That's pretty funny. So yeah, they are. You see two horses, horse-eye, in fact, presumably covered in tar, definitely covered in fire.
They really wanted to burn an animal.
That was their mission for the week.
I know, right?
Running into the warehouse, seem to have been pushed in this direction.
By the fire.
This is causing quite a bit of disturbance. Now, what are you guys doing?
Smelling the delicious
Try and
horse.
stealth our way in,
Yeah,
I guess.
with-
All
Yeah.
right, let's get a group check.
I'll give us a +1.
You guys sneak in. The guards are very distracted. One of them does actually stay by the door. It seems like it's important that it stay guarded, but he's very, very distracted watching these burning horses running around the factory. You guys are able to sneak in without much trouble.